Dustin, well, same thing I asked Dayton. What was your expectation for the bracket, and what's your thought on being number 3?
I mean, it was about what I expected. Didn't really put much thought or time into what the bracket was going to be like, so it was pretty consistent. So.
Based on the way things went at Big 12s, I mean, do you feel like you've seen the best you're going to see for the next few matches?
As far as competitors?
No one, yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't say that. Nationals, everybody, they got a little more juice. There's an end in sight, and it's the last tournament, so I'm prepared for all 5 matches to be tough, gritty ones. And, I think if I keep that mindset, then the rest will take care of itself.
I just kind of you've wrestled Parker now a couple of times, and he's the number 1, obviously. And
oh,
so
yeah.
You know what
yes,
it's
sir.
going to take to be the last one standing.
Yeah, for sure. He's the one to beat, and I'm not going to let that last performance be the last one I have with him this year. So hopefully see him in the finals.
What makes him good in your eyes? Because you're out there on the mat against him.
Yeah.
What do you have to be aware of when you're wrestling Parker Keckeisen?
Very tough kid. He's in shape, got a lot of offense, strong, explosive. I like his style of wrestling. He's not going to sit around and wait, right? And he's definitely someone I like to compete against, and so I really want to do that again this year.
Dustin, so looking at your bracket, you likely have a guy that you had in the quarterfinals last year in the second round. Did you look back at that match at all and kind of thought about any of that stuff? I know it's a short turnaround, but
No, I mean, of course I thought about it. I've seen the bracket, but first match is really all that matters in nationals. You never know what's going to happen. That is a matchup I, of course, would really like to get back and wrestle against him again, but just taking it one match at a time.
How much do you hear? Dayton was talking to us. How much does Dayton, because he's done this more than anybody, how much does he impart this on everybody? Because he has a great attitude. He says, I don't care who it is. I'm not scouting.
Yeah.
I'm making them come to me, and I'm doing it one match at a time, like you just said. That's the only way you can really navigate this thing.
Oh, for sure. I think that's kind of our team culture here a little bit. I think if you were to ask anyone in the room, they'd have a pretty similar response. And I think that just goes back to our training and our coaches. And we know we're good enough wrestlers where we don't have to really focus and dive into what our opponent's doing. We train hard, we train right, and we know we have the skills to get it done.
Have you seen the kind of response from the young guys in the lineup that you kind of would expect to see at this time and this point in the season?
Yeah, for sure. Our young guys have done awesome this year. I think the amount of teams I've been on so far, I think this is the best group of first-year guys in the lineup that we've had. But yeah, they've done a great job responding to everything and going and competing every week, and I'm really excited to see how we do as a team in 2 weeks.
How do you approach the next week and a half?
Day by day. We're still training hard, and there's a lot of skills that I'm trying to work on, develop, and kind of tweak a little bit. So my goal is just to get a little bit better every day, and as the tournament gets closer, I'll focus on it a little more. But right now, it's just main focus is on training.
When you have quiet time, do you find you just naturally, I don't know, is it hard to not think about it?
Yeah, sometimes. Definitely those thoughts try to come in, but I definitely think about other things or do other things that are more worth my while than worrying about, the future, because that's not, I could go get hurt in practice today, So really just focusing on my intensity every day, and I think about fishing a lot too. So that's kind of my escape route. When I start thinking about wrestling, I switch trains of thought. So.
You mentioned, I think, last week that just not having to cut weight has been the biggest benefit maybe of being at 184. Is there anything else that you feel has made this a successful change for you?
There's a lot of factors, and I don't know if it's whether going up a weight or just kind of the maturity of being here for a couple of years. But yeah, I get to focus a lot more on getting better at the sport and skill than getting weight off, which has been phenomenal. My body feels better during the week, so I can train harder and train more, which is really awesome. And those are probably the main benefits I've had this year.
Do you feel more prepared this year?
Yeah, for sure. Our schedule this year, I think, is got to be the toughest in the country. I've wrestled most of the top-ranked guys in my bracket, and I know we have a lot of guys on the team that have done the same thing. I think Olenix wrestled everybody twice. So I think it is putting us in a great position for nationals, not going in with any sort of doubts or I don't know what the word would be, but we felt the best guys, and we know what it's going to take to beat them now, and so I think we got a huge advantage.
For you personally, is that one of the biggest differences? Is maybe not that you weren't confident before, but maybe you feel even more confident?
Oh, absolutely. That's the past couple of years I hadn't really got to wrestle anyone inside the top 5 just with how our schedule worked out. And this year I've been getting to hit everyone and get a lot of different great feels and wrestle a lot of different great guys. And so I feel prepared as I can be going into this next week.
Dustin, early in your career, you dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, I remember getting your teeth knocked out, your shoulders bust up, all the things happening at the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
This year, are you going in pretty healthy and you feel good in that respect?
Yeah, that's always something to be grateful for. Now that I know what it's like to compete like hurt, really grateful for my health and feeling good and competing hard in the room still. It's really a blessing. I don't have to worry about any injuries right now, and that's something that I'm super grateful for.
How do you begin to sum up what Dayton means to this program?
Dayton means a lot. Been a staple of the program since he's been here, and he's been a phenomenal teammate, phenomenal competitor, and he definitely epitomizes what it means to be OSU Wrestling Cowboy. He's going to go compete and give it his all every time he steps on the mat.
Do you have a fishing spot you picture? You said you try to think about fishing.
Yeah.
Is there like a specific spot?
No, not a specific spot. I'll be honest, I fish a lot, but I'm not very good at it. So I'm mainly picturing like being successful. So hopefully I get those results after season 2. So we'll see.
Technically, this is your 4th year, right?
Yeah.
Competition. So you coming back next year?
Yeah.
That's settling in? I figured you were, but.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Anything else? All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.